All right, I fucked up.
And we're on.
I
Second
fucked up.
take. Take 2.
Didn't have the levels set
Yeah.
right. But
So, and Stu's giving me a lesson on not touching
Stop.
the mic so much. But I liked it.
it is phallic.
It's just the natural instinct is... No. Yeah, what's happening?
Not much.
No.
Yeah.
I was saying how... Remember last week I started with my sweet jokes?
Are you going to use, like, every time we start a podcast, you've got a new segment?
No, I've got a new joke. No joke. I'm going to use the next minute to use it as Marty's venting hour.
Go on.
You know how I've got a dickhead neighbour?
Yes.
The one who yells and
Yeah,
screams?
he tells your dog to shut up and shit. Yeah.
The first time was like 7 months ago. It was like 2:30 on a Sunday.
Right.
Bear barked maybe 5 times in an hour, maybe, at people walking past. And then he comes up to the gate and he's like, "Is that your fucking dog that won't shut up?" And I was
How old is this guy?
He'd be roughly our age. But he
sounds like a grumpy old cunt.
Yeah, but he's all tatted up. He's all tatted up to his neck. He looks like I don't know. He looks like an old Sum 41's fan. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know if he's a hard-working guy that works nights and he's grumpy, or he's just a druggo, Dero.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
So he yelled, "Is that your fucking dog? Won't shut up?"
Yeah.
And I was sort of taken aback because I was like, "What time?" I was like, "Is it 2:30 in the morning?"
Yeah.
Like, fuck, why is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, "Wait, it's 2:30 p.m.
Why is this guy yelling? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "What?" I go, "No, it's not. It's some dog over there." He was like, "I hear it all day." All right. And Bear's barking at him this whole time. That gave me the shits, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3 months ago, Bear was playing outside with his friend and they were making noise.
Yeah.
Not a lot of noise, but whatever, dog noise.
Yeah.
5:30 on a Wednesday, 5:30 p.m., like not a.m.
Yeah.
He's at his house, or he's at his unit 2 houses down. Shut up! I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Is this normal behaviour from a functioning member of society?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
It's someone that wants a perfect world to be revolving around them.
It's like there's these. I've always, like I think I was sort of saying this to Julia. I've always been the kind of person that thinks of consequences.
Well, most people do. I think that factors into most people's thoughts before they act.
Yeah, an adult, a child can get away with it, not thinking about consequences.
Yeah.
Like
when you turn maybe, even when you're a teenager, you know. But most of the time, you're like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
If I fuck someone around or be annoying or something.
I would like to be a bit destructive in my younger days, and I didn't care of the consequences.
Just to see.
But it was more when the consequences directly related with another human.
Yeah.
I used to rein in
you
a
don't
bit.
know.
Because you don't know what they're going to do. Like I remember once when there was a fight, it might have been at Eltham Pub, and it was happening, but my mind was still like, if I hit him, like, and then he falls the wrong way and dies, I'm going to jail. Or if I hit him, then he turns around, he's got a knife, I'm dead. Yeah. Like, I would always think of 100 things.
That was the one that was like right at the end of the night?
That was a different one. This is a different one. But
I remember that one.
Yeah, I just got king hit that night.
Yeah.
And so that's what my point is I've always thought of, I don't have confrontations with people too much because you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And you never know, so, and really, it's not a big deal. Anyway, so he's yelling and screaming like a pork chop at 5:30 p.m.
Right.
Anyway, then I think it was like Melbourne Cup Day. A friend came over there, dogs wrestled.
Yeah.
Tuesday. I didn't check the mail until Sunday. So 5 days later or 6 days later. Because we don't get mail, we get junk mail and that's it. And there was a piece of junk mail sitting in there for days. I don't know how many days, 4 maybe. Anyway, Sunday, like a week ago, I pulled the junk mail out to throw it in the bin. And then I noticed this note in there as well. I'm like, what's this? So I pull it out. It's a piece of paper. In my opinion, written by a girl. Like the few people I've shown think it's a female's handwriting. And it says, shut your dog up or we'll do it for you. So Bear gets a death threat now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
In Thornbury.
Thornbury's, where we are, it's a bit rough. But generally, if you keep to yourself and that, like...
That's fucked.
Right. Death threat.
What a fucking...
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, I was just...
You should set up cameras maybe.
Stunned. We're thinking about it.
Yeah, I reckon you should. Why not?
Anyway, I took it down. Cops cut if you touch your phone when you're driving, oh, they'll get you.
Yeah,
but if you get death threat, they can't do shit, right?
Yeah.
So I just showed the police. I was like, here, just when my dog winds up dead or my partner ends up beaten up, at least you have a note to know who did it. They're like, oh, okay, we can't do anything. I know, you can't.
This is like the
but it's like The Simpsons. Remember this, Chief Wiggum? No, we can get you. We can't help you. It's like, great. Anyway, so
I'll just write it up on my imaginary typewriter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do I have to wait to be killed before you do anything? Not killed. The knife has to be in your back. Has to be able to stand up on its own, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was annoyed about that because I'm like,
annoyed is probably not the right thing. It's like confused is like accurate.
But it's
I'll be like, what the fuck? Where am I?
Yeah, but like you can't win. Like, what? I know. I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, we are neighbours. We know where each other lives.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What?
Yeah.
What?
No one else has complained about the dog.
No. Yeah. And most people in the street, if there's 10 people in the street, 7 have got dogs. I reckon. Anyway, I took the note to neighbour next door. I go, I showed him. He's like, wasn't us.
Yeah.
I go, no, I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying I got this. I go, do you hear Beryl? No, we hardly hear him. Rah.
Yeah.
Anyway, showed a neighbour. He said the same thing.
Yep.
Anyway, that was the Sunday. Monday.
Did you go up to the guy?
Well, I wanted to chat with him because I've always been able to get people on side.
Yeah.
Like if you just open the lines
if you
of
just talk.
if you open the lines of communication,
correct.
I'm here, you're there,
Yep.
everyone's cool.
Yep.
So I wanted to, but I didn't want to knock on his door, like because I would. I don't know. I'm dealing with a feral.
Yeah, you're dealing with the fucking
somebody who writes death threats to dogs because they're barking at 5 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think it was midday.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to work out all these things. Let's say he works nights, which that's irrelevant because the world exists.
Correct.
Yeah. But if he came and goes, I work nights Monday to Friday. Do you mind just doing your best to keep the dog quiet when I'm trying to sleep at 5 p.m? I would go, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
No sweat. Yeah. Like I'll do my best. I will not.
Can't control a dog.
Yeah, but I won't. But I can razz him up or whatever.
Yeah.
I won't do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Keep the peace. But no death threat. Anyway, so on Monday I drove home from work and he was out the front of his little unit.
Yeah.
With him, a girl who I think he's staying with, and I think who wrote the note.
Yeah.
My what's the word? My
deduction. Powers of deduction.
Yeah, or my philosophy or whatever is that Bear was barking with
theory.
Yeah, theory. That's the word. Bear was barking. He was cracking it. She put on her big boy pants and was like, "I'm gonna write this note," like that.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Anyway, so Monday got home, driving home, drove past his place. He was out the front with him, her, and this other guy. Went inside, thought about it. I'm like, fuck it, we'll go down and have a chat.
Yeah.
So what happened is I went down, had a chat, came home. Julia then got home. She's like, "What was said?" I go, "I can't remember." And I can't because adrenaline was going.
Yeah.
I can't remember what was said.
Like at all?
I can after I thought about it. I can. But Julia's like, "What do you mean? I go, I just what happened?" I go, "I don't know."
I went blank. I blacked out.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I might have killed someone.
No. So I went down and I introduced myself to the guy standing up.
Yeah.
"Hi, I'm Marty." And then to the girl, "Hi, I'm Marty." Hi, and then to the guy who's been aggressive and threatened a few times.
Yeah.
"Hi, I'm Marty." Shook his hand. They all said hello, all introduced themselves. I go, "Oh, I got the note."
Yeah.
And then, at least own up to it. "Oh, what note?"
Yeah.
"It wasn't us." I go, "All right." Okay, anyway, I got it. And I'll do my best to keep him quiet.
Yeah.
We keep him in at night, so you shouldn't hear him at night.
Yeah.
And then the friend standing up was like, "Oh, did you..." So he was like smirking a little bit. He's like, "Oh, did you guys leave a note?" And they're like, "Nah, it wasn't us. No, don't know." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Bogans.
Yeah. And you just, like I said, you just can't win.
Nah.
Like, what are you supposed to...
What's the point?
You can't win.
There's no reason. There's no reason to put in any effort in that sort of situation when you know that person doesn't care about
They're on
you.
another level of...
They're in their own fucking... I'm the only person that matters.
Yeah. But they've got to be in their own world where thinking isn't something that they do. Because like I play things out. It's like, all right, The dog barks. I poison the dog, and then I live happily ever after.
Yeah,
What do you think's going to happen
exactly,
next? Is it going to be like it's
but
going
I
to
think they're
escalate
just
from there?
flexing, though. They're just flexing. They're not. They don't actually
Plan on killing a dog.
plan on doing anything.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's just fucking
Scare
stuff.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then the girl goes, oh yeah, we heard a couple of dogs kicking off the other day. Yeah. I was like, yeah. I go, a friend came over. I'll tell her not to come over during those times. You know, I'm being like,
Yeah.
I'm being
You're putting yourself out there.
being a bit of like a pushover because I just don't want. It's where you live.
Yeah.
And so I said to him, I'm trying to remember. No,
Yeah.
she goes, yeah, where we used to live, there was a dog that barked all the time. And then someone sent them a note saying they'll kill their dog and they moved out.
Ah,
I was like, cool.
yeah.
I was like,
gosh.
yeah. Anyway, so then the guy, he goes,
Are they full on white trash?
I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
But they're rough. Like
Yeah.
I think they are people that could do something.
Right.
But when I not confronted isn't the right word, but when I chatted to them, they just refused. They didn't admit it.
Yeah, acknowledge anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I said to her, I go,
it reminds me of certain people from like when you're in high school and shit. Like they haven't grown out of that sort of phase. It's
Yeah.
like that sort of shit could happen at high school. You'd be like, don't even know what you're talking about.
yeah.
No, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't fucking say it. And you're like, okay, I know you said it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Why are you lying?
Well, I mean, I can understand why they see. This is where I think of 100 things as like or what could happen is because maybe they're thinking I'm recording, and then if they admit to it, then they're going to get in trouble.
They've watched too much TV.
Yeah. Anyway, so I said to him,
set up some cameras.
yeah. So I think I might. Then I left it with I go, if you got any issues, come to me.
Talk to me. Yeah.
Come to me because we're neighbours.
Yeah.
And we know where each other lives.
yeah.
Like anything, you know. So now I just sort of keep Bear inside while I'm at work.
That's annoying.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fuck. Why should they tell you how to live your life though?
It's not
so annoying.
It's not the biggest deal because he sleeps all day anyway.
Yeah.
So now instead of sleeping outside, he's sleeping on the couch inside.
Yeah. So what's the difference? He probably does bark every now and again at stuff
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
But he
inside
sleeps
he
in
won't.
our room at night.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
anyway.
I
So
know.
that's my vent. If anyone has any ideas on what they should
Yeah.
But that's what the people I've told, it's sort of like, you know, oh yeah, just do this to him. I'm like, okay, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So shut the hell up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah. Fuck. Oh.
neighbours though. So hopefully my next place I'm going to buy 1,000 acres in
That's why
the
people
bush.
do that. They don't have
Neighbours
to
are
fucking
they're
deal
the
with them.
fucking
I've-
worst.
And I know people like my parents always like try and make friends with new neighbours. I've not talked to any of my neighbours, and I have no reason to. And there's the people that are like, oh, you never know when you might need something.
Oh,
I've
you've
lived
said
there
that,
for
yeah.
2.5 years. I've not needed anything from my neighbours.
No.
And what could I possibly need that they can help me with?
Check the mail.
Taking my mail.
Yeah. We don't get mail anymore. Like it's all done. We get our
What-
bills
yeah.
online. I don't know.
What can they possibly?
Tall fences make good neighbours.
Yeah.
That's said that before. Like, you say hello,
Yeah.
but I think it's a very baby boomer thing to like.
And it's
We're gonna have the
surface.
neighbours over for
I couldn't be
barbecue.
fucked.
I'm like, I'd rather die.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
I'd rather
yeah.
fucking die.
Yeah.
I don't want. I'm polite. Like the two that I spoke to, I've shown two people in the street the note, and they're shocked. One of them was like, write a letter to all the neighbours and include a copy of the note and
Yeah.
say, "Hi neighbours, I got this in the mail.
Yeah.
If you
That's a
see
good
or hear
idea.
anything, please report it to the police
Yeah, that's a good idea.
and make sure they get one as well."
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm not at this stage.
No, not yet. Not yet. If something else happens.
So, what do you prefer? Stories of people giving you death threats or jokes? The jokes are probably more awkward.
And they're quicker.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, not much has happened this week.
No
I've been
death threats for
fucking
your dog?
watching heaps of telly, though.
Yeah.
I rewatched season 1 of Fargo.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
No, I've watched the movie.
Movie's good.
Yeah.
I like the TV series better.
I've never seen it, yeah.
Yeah, it's not directly related.
No. It's
There's-
just in the
there's
same
like a-
town.
It is. It all happens in Minnesota, but there's a part in the movie that correlates to the TV show, but not into the storyline too much. But fuck, it's good. The acting, Billy Bob Thornton's character is just the best. He's like this psychopath fucking bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He's a mad cunt.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Seasons 1 and 2 are mad. 3's okay. 2's good too. 2's more about, it's back in the 70s. It's about like gangs and shit. It's fucking sick. The first season's about, like this crazy bounty hunter and this guy who kills his wife. It's fucking sick.
Billy Bob Thornton annoys me.
He is a weird individual. Like, I don't think he fits into any stereotype of Hollywood actors.
Yeah, because like because
he's not a tough guy as such.
No, he was bad Santa.
Yeah.
He was like, fucking stop calling me. Yeah, he was like bad Santa. Yeah. He was in Monster Ball. Ever seen Monster Ball with Halle Berry?
No.
There was like a mad sex scene in that.
Yeah.
Like aggressive.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that.
I think she might have won something for that. Or maybe
he is like in Fargo. He's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just
watch it and tell me
I will.
It's only 10 episodes.
Yep. I sort of think he's like a badder. He's like a shitter version of like Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson's dope in my opinion.
Yeah, but he's also not that badass. It's more about his attitude.
Yeah, but Woody Harrelson these days he plays like an old tired guy who sort of once maybe was a badass.
Like in Zombieland and stuff like
Zombieland and True Detective, which is fucking multiple.
Yeah, that's so good. Episode 4, the long shot one.
Yeah. A lot of fucking shows and movies try to do that now. Yeah. And it's like, this is their mark of, we're great filmmakers.
Doing it too. Yeah.
But it's like, see how skilled we are? It's like, it's okay.
It is. It's clever, but it's like everyone does it now. So
I think there was a movie that came out recently where it was all...
Yeah, Birdman.
One take. Yeah, wasn't Birdman.
But that is
sort of thing. Same thing, except the cuts are really obvious.
Yeah.
Like Philly had one episode where they did it. And anyway.
Yeah.
No, I watched with Woody Harrelson on Netflix recently, which actually I haven't finished it yet. I've watched it over 6 nights and I haven't finished it yet. Highwaymen.
No.
Yeah.
Is it just a movie or a TV
It's just a movie that goes
you haven't finished it?
Nah, I think it goes for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't finish it. I watch about 20 minutes. Oh, bad. It's about the two guys, Woody Harrelson and Kevin Costner, are old. They're sort of like old cowboys. It's in the early 30s or whenever Bonnie and Clyde were hanging around.
Yeah.
And so they've been sort of commissioned with tracking down Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep.
And they're sort of old and fat and it's not as quick and they're half drunk and it is good and well made and they're acting well and the dialogue sometimes is a bit shit. But I'm like, this is enjoyable, but I'm like, I'm just going to rather play Overwatch at the moment. It's fucking boring.
Yeah.
I like slow burns, but this one's
I watched Mindhunter as well.
Yeah, first season.
I watched them both. Second season is not great. There's good stuff in it, but overall, like the Atlanta thing, it's like...
Yeah.
Takes too long to happen.
Correct, and that's where my problem is that I hated it when it turned... Season 1 was top of the line.
First 4 episodes was super slow though.
Yeah, but I didn't mind it because I loved the conversations.
I know.
That's why Highwayman isn't
working. It is really
working.
good character development.
But also, like, the dialogue and script is grouse.
Yeah.
Like, Highwayman, why I can't get through it is because it's a slow burn, but the dialogue's actually really freaking stupid and dumb and boring.
Yeah. The thing that annoyed me about Mindhunter is, even though it's well written in terms of what they actually say, I don't think the way they talk is how humans talk, which annoyed me. I don't like that stilted dialogue. I'm talking now. I'm going to finish my sentence. Now it's my turn to talk, and I'm going to talk, and now I'm going to let you talk. I don't like that in, like, if TV shows can do that, if TV shows can do it well, then it's like, cool, I don't realize that I'm watching something. You get submerged into the world better. If you can watch something and they interrupt each other and I know they do interrupt each other and stuff, but it's very obvious. It's like, I've got a bit of dialogue that I have to finish the whole sentence because it's really important that this is the sentence and now it's you're saying it.
Yeah. I understand.
And that happens and it fucking shits me.
My only thing with that is in the show, it's not addressed at all, but like the main character, the young guy or whatever, he's like got autism.
Oh, yeah, full on.
Like on the spectrum.
Oh,
so that's where that can come in. He needs to finish his sentence and you can't interrupt, let him finish his thing.
Yeah,
like, so I think it's not addressed at all, but he's definitely got some.
Oh, he's sociopathic in a way as well.
The way he's driven to achieve whatever he wants to achieve.
Exactly. And not really like the girlfriend thing in season 1. And then they just break up.
That's it. When she's breaking up with him, he's like, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to say that you don't want to be with me anymore. I'm going to say, okay, I'm really sorry. And I'm going to walk away. So let's just skip it all and just get to that point.
Yeah.
And she's like in shock.
Yeah, she can't say anything. But she's not a likable character.
No, she's not. She's annoying.
She is not.
He's annoying too. They're both annoying.
Yeah.
The only, I like the lawyer, the short-haired woman lawyer.
Yeah.
She's Australian, I think.
She is, yeah.
Yeah. And
she's not a lawyer.
Psychologist.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
She does more of the study side of things. Yeah.
And the other guy, the old guy.
Bill Tench.
Yeah.
His fucking classic army haircut.
Yeah.
He's mad. He's a really good character.
I don't know. I was sort of waiting for this is a bit of spoilers. I was waiting for like a twist with him, like for him to go schizo or him to be like he's the murderer that they're chasing.
His character's really interesting because normally they don't do it in TV shows where it's the guy who's more gruff and stuff, but is actually more sensitive.
Yeah.
That doesn't really. There's not really many characters that
because
I can
the
think
young
of.
kid is not sensitive. One, because he's young, he's never really
gone through hardship. Sort of.
Yeah, he's Vietnam. He fought in Vietnam, I think. That guy.
Oh, okay.
He was he was a soldier in war, so he went through that and
probably desensitized him a bit.
Yeah, but catches up with you later on.
Yeah,
like we spoke about that last time about how we had all these men who, when they turn into their late 50s, they turn into these softies.
Yeah.
And I think young guys are invincible or whatever, you know. But yeah, season 1 I think was fucking grouse. I didn't like the end.
Really good.
I didn't like the ending. Like with I just loved the scenes of them with the serial killers.
Yeah, it's fucking
just
awesome.
keep showing me those scenes because they're well acted, well written.
Especially that dude that plays the big, huge guy.
Yeah. His name's on the tip of me fucking brain.
Yeah.
That's where I love slow shows and movies.
Yeah.
But you've got to get the dialogue interesting as fuck.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing you're not blinding me with lightsabers and hot girls and that. Like, the dialogue is the main attraction. So it's got to be good.
Yeah.
And that's why Highwayman is struggling for me to finish, because it is a cool show.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this dialogue is crap, and it's been going for an hour. Like, it's going to be interesting.
So it's not really an action movie, isn't it?
No, I think there's been one action, I wouldn't even call it an action scene. They sort of found Bonnie and Clyde and there's a bit of a chase and they got away. The two bullets were fired maybe. Like,
so do they actually go through anything? I haven't got to the end yet.
So I don't know. Bonnie and Clyde could still be alive today for all I know.
Do they go through
things?
Yeah, do they
Not
does
really.
their character arc? No?
Not Woody Harrelson is like an alcoholic loser. Kevin Costner has like a perfect life.
Right.
Anyway, I will finish it. But the problem with season 2 of Mindhunter is the first half of it I was loving when they interviewed Son of Sam.
Yep.
And that was grouse when he's saying, the demons told me told me to kill the people, rah rah. And then the main character guy there, he's just like he's like, oh, how many psychologists did you? It's like, how many psychologists? How long did it take you to fool the psychologists with that story?
Just straight up.
And he's just like, about 2 minutes.
He just gets through to him with one sentence.
Yeah.
See that? When he was doing that before he had his anxiety attack.
Well, that's after
that was when
the
it was
anxiety attack. Him seeing him meeting Son of Sam was after the.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 episodes into season 2.
Because he has that
at the end of
anxiety
season
attack
1.
at the end of season 1.
And the whole they sort of left things unfinished.
I know.
Like the old boss of the FBI or that department, he takes the fall.
Yeah.
He has to get fired so that this young kid can. And he cracks at him. It's like, where's that going?
Yeah, I know.
Nowhere. So
I know.
that's the end of it. He doesn't even talk about it.
But
Really.
the point of that is to add to his anxiety.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just would have thought that guy would have come back in
I
some
reckon
way.
they could have potentially done that before he had his anxiety attack. In a way, they could have worked that out.
And just added to it.
Because that could have spiraled him into having it. But it happens just after he has the anxiety attack.
Not just after.
He has another one.
It happens after.
No, it's like the first episode of season 2.
It's first episode of season 2, but there's a bit of time.
And
difference
they haven't really capitalised on the new boss trying to.
You don't know where he's at
for
yet.
him.
Yeah, you don't know what he's playing at yet.
You can tell in when he's first introduced that he's obviously got a fucking agenda.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't.
Yeah, that's
because then he goes and like visits them or no, he doesn't visit them at Atlanta. When he has his meetings, and then they're like, stay on track of him.
He's like supportive.
It's like.
But that's what I was saying about that and the old guy. What's his name? What's the other guy? Tench. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm waiting for that twist.
Yeah, I know.
I'm waiting for that. Here's that thing. Maybe because of
But
Game of Thrones.
What do you reckon
something.
it could be?
My thing was I thought Tench was going to be because things were building up for him.
With his
son and his wife, and I thought, he'll end up killing some people, and they're going to actually find out it was him. But no, it's just a linear story. That's pretty good. The problem I had with season 2 is when it turns into Law and Order.
Yeah, I know.
When it turned into a murder mystery.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm not watching this show for a murder mystery.
And that's exactly. I don't know if you ever watched Suits, but the first main episodes, let's say like 6 to 8 episodes of Suits, is all about this young kid being a freaking genius at fucking law, and he like didn't have to study that hard at it, and he's just really good because of he's gone through being a drug dealer and all this shit. And that's super interesting, the psychology behind him being this like genius, right? And then it becomes Law and Order.
Yeah.
It literally becomes Law and Order.
Just a legal show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's about cracking the cases.
Yeah,
it's like, that wasn't what the show was.
No.
And there's this other show that I'll...
But that whole thing could be where... How many seasons was that until it turned into Law and Order?
In Suits?
Yeah.
It's in the first season.
Oh, okay.
Fucking shithouse.
Yeah. It's sort of
They didn't capitalise on it.
Yeah.
People still watched it.
I was sort of thinking that it was... they might have done that for one season.
No, it's in the first season.
Okay.
Because I stopped watching it. I was like, well, I'm not going to watch this. I don't want to watch Law and Order.
Yeah. I was just thinking it's like, because with the UK, they have the story that goes for this long, and that's the story, and that's a season.
Yeah.
And then it's the end of it.
Yeah.
Whereas with America, it's like, well, that was good.
Yeah.
Do another one.
Yeah.
And like 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
The first season, like...
Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great, good.
Yeah.
Not fantastic, but good.
Yeah.
The world watched it.
Why, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, now we're going to do 14 Reasons Why. What? You don't need to.
You
well,
don't
you
need
do,
to.
because I need more money, please.
Yeah, exactly.
The same with The Haunting on Hill
Yeah,
House.
I was just going to say that. The new one's out soon.
Is it?
It's going to ruin it.
Yeah, because the first one is based on a book that was written and took years and years to write.
Yeah. And there's another one, You. Have you seen You?
I know it. No, I haven't seen it.
The one where the guy works at the library and he's a creep and he fucking manipulates his way into dating this chick and then he ends up locking her down in the cellar and shit.
Fuck, I think I have seen that, yeah.
They're doing a season 2 of that.
Yeah.
Didn't they do?
Or maybe
it all
Julia was
wrapped
watching
up.
it. Yeah.
It wrapped up in the first season.
Wrapped up in a neat little package.
But it's like it's done.
Yeah, I know, but that's America. That's people who want money and are putting money ahead of,
I'm going to do the spoiler. The guy dies.
In what?
So in You.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to do a second season.
With what?
Someone else is the same personality.
Yeah.
Why?
Same as
that
13,
doesn't make sense.
Same as 13 Reasons Why. It's the story of
It's
why
the
this
chick
girl
who
felt
wrote
that
the
she needed to
tapes.
kill herself because of this thing.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the first season, it's like, morning, students. We are so very sad to hear that Billy just killed himself.
Yeah.
It's like, here we go again. He at least takes them as
That
well.
would be the best end of the season. Here we go again. Yeah, fucking hell. There was this other show that I watched. It was I think I've talked about it before. It was a show called Awake. It got canned in the first season.
Yeah, no, no.
And it was fucking grouse because what it was the start was this guy has a car accident. Jason Isaacs, I don't know if you know who he is. He's a good actor. He is in a car accident in the first episode, and then he wakes up one day because the car accident was with his wife and his son. One day he wakes up and his wife's alive and his son's dead, and the other day he wakes up and his son's alive and his wife's dead.
Right.
So and he lives this two different
So it's like a version
universes.
of Groundhog.
No, because he's like and he's also a cop.
Ooh.
And he uses things in one reality to solve the case in the other reality.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good. And the first 5 episodes, he starts to unpack and he solves cases and stuff. And it's sweet. It's a good premise for a show. And then it turns to a cop show.
Yeah.
And it's all about the cop show. It's the reason why they wrote this show was about the psychology of behind the fucking shit that people do.
Yeah.
It's why change it? Why does it have to become a cop show or a law show?
Yeah, I guess how long can that premise go for, though?
It can.
Yeah.
You can just keep, like Dexter. Dexter goes on for 6 seasons.
But Dexter sucks after 4.
Yeah, so stop it after 4.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen. But
No,
yeah,
but they could.
Yeah, I mean, that my only, just to play devil's advocate, is that a premise like the first one you had.
Yeah.
No, Suits even.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're like, all right, we've done it. Let's, you know what I mean? How far can we
The character has
extrapolate?
to develop, but he turns into just a law guy now. So he was a genius, and then he's just a smart lawyer.
A good lawyer, like Boston Legal or something. Yeah. That's same as similar to Mindhunters. Like I'm hanging for season 3 if and when that ever comes out, because I do love it.
Because that was the second season was only this year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because the first one was 2017 or something, and I didn't watch it because I'd planned to watch it, and then I didn't. And Deb watched some of it, and she was like, "Yeah, it's all right." And then
I really loved it.
At that time, I was just like, "Yeah, sweet, that's enough for me not to watch it."
To use a Stu Watts term, I frothed Mindhunters. I fucking loved it.
Good.
It is good. I would say to Julie, I'm like, I hate it. Like I always bag shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
It's so grouse.
And I was telling Deb because she didn't watch it, and she was just like, "Is it boring still?" And I'm like, "It's not boring. It's not boring because
I didn't think it was boring ever.
No, it was slow, and I kept saying it's still slow, but things are still happening.
They're two different things.
They are, yeah.
But
and
like
it's
I said,
intentionally slow.
I think slow is fine when you're interested in what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can make a show go for 20 episodes and it be over one day if you want. If you want.
Yeah.
And you can just show the whole dialogue of everything that happens.
Yeah, but it's got to be engaging in some way.
24, remember that show?
I do,
yeah.
Fucking
grouse.
Never watched it really.
No, it was fucking grouse.
It used to be on before. Like
so
I went to
good.
Eltham Pub, I think.
Every time, that was like the first show where twists would happen right at the end of the show. And then it's the next hour and they have to deal with that twist. Yeah. But it was the first show that did it. So it was like, this is sweet.
Yeah. Lost did that as well. Yeah. All those shows did that then.
Prison Break.
Yeah.
Prison Break was sweet.
Breaking Bad, to some extent, did it a couple of times.
It did a couple of times. But that was more like the cliffhanger rather than the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we speak about El Camino? I can't remember.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched it still and I don't think I will.
You should.
I will, but I don't want to.
No, you should, because it wasn't insulting.
Yeah, I know, but
it was just boring and unnecessary.
Someone else told me that it was really good, and then I asked them, was it unnecessary, and they said yes.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't add anything. It makes it worse, but it's not.
I don't remember who it was. Oh, Travi.
You know, segueing into like the new Terminator movie.
Yeah, we went and saw that the day after the last podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That people asked me, what did I think of it?
What did you think of it?
Well, my first answer is it wasn't insulting, right? That's the bar. Just don't insult me.
Correct, and that's fine.
That's bad.
but it's not bad for a movie, a fifth movie in its thing.
Correct. Yeah. You can definitely say that. I sort of compared it to Ghostbusters.
It's very difficult to make the fifth
movie good.
Increment of a movie that is unnecessary.
Yeah.
How do you make that
not terrible?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very
good
hard.
point.
I don't think it's been done very often.
No, good point.
Yeah.
But I compared it to sort of the Ghostbusters movie, the one that came out a couple of years ago.
Didn't watch it.
Like that movie, I watched all these reviews about how it's the worst movie of all time. And then Julie's like, well, we should watch it to form our own opinion. Yeah. Worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's the best way to summarize it is it's insulting to watch. It hurts to watch. It's unenjoyable. It's awkward and cringy and just uncomfortable. And I can't find a better word. It's just insulting. Yeah. It insults you.
Regardless of the subject matter.
It's just
people might find that's like, oh, you hate it because it's shit.
Yeah, they're stupid. You've got to ignore that.
Correct.
Ignore that because a YouTuber, James Rolfe, who has been the Angry Video Game Nerd, he was one of the first YouTubers who's been doing it for 15 years. He came out and said, I don't ask me to do a Ghostbusters review because I'm not doing one. I'm not seeing it. Oh, he's a misogynist. And you know what he's saying? I think I said this ages ago. His response was, he didn't even respond.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that's tough.
Yeah.
He just moved on to his next video. Yeah, because he can't win.
There's no point.
No, you can't. You can't win.
But
you can
that shouldn't be a reason not to
worse.
argue. To some people, that's a reason not to argue, is because you won't win. Some people, that's not enough. It's like, I still need to get my point across.
Yeah, I would be like that. I could, yeah. But
even if you don't win. But I do like...
when you butt your head against the wall.
I think I like the take the high ground and don't lower yourself to those fucking losers. Yeah.
AKA with a death threat to a dog. But and so this movie is not insulting.
Yeah.
Like
I found it really entertaining. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it, even with its plot holes.
It wasn't good. It was.
I found it entertaining. I think if you got to think
upset
of
me. That was it.
I think you've got to think of what's its intention, and I think the intention for that movie was to be like an action movie, decent action scenes.
The action scenes weren't decent. Like
they weren't bad though. There was bad CGI in a couple of parts where I was like,
let's back up. Let's back up just a little bit. Stu bought tickets for me, Frank, Brody, and Bo, and he's like, "Yeah, bought them. Tickets are $28.50." I'm like, right. What?
What the fuck?
Why are they fucking $30, you idiot? Anyway, we realise that the seats that he bought were D-box, which dick box or something. Anyway, they're at Northlands. They're seats that you get in, and then
Movie World.
They rumble with the action. When the action happens, it shakes.
It's Movie World.
And I enjoyed it because if it was a good movie, I'd be like, turn this fucking shit off.
I tried and you couldn't. That annoyed me.
Yeah. But because it's a bad movie, I was like, oh, this is good. Like when this sounds sweet. You didn't like it.
Well, I didn't like it at the start. My thing was right at the start, it took me away from the movie experience.
And if it was a good movie that needed your engagement.
I was totally aware that I was sitting in a seat that was vibrating and I was watching a movie.
I get that.
Yeah. I like movies that I mean, even if it's... I just like when I'm at the movies and I'm completely lost and I don't know that I'm at the cinemas.
I get that when it's a good movie. But this movie was a ride. It was like that added to it. It's like, okay, I'm on a movie world ride. Ooh, I'm wobbling.
Yeah, halfway through I got used to it. Yeah. I just embraced it.
Yeah. The action was... See, what's grouse is we watched it and then the next night Terminator 2 was on.
Oh, was it?
Don't get me started.
That's so fucking good.
Anyway, and... The action in Terminator 2 is 100 times better.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's actually happening. And it's just brought to realism.
Yeah.
Like, in this movie, spoilers for the new Terminator movie, and if you're upset by that, then you're an idiot because it's a shit movie. But
and who's going to go watch it?
No one, apparently, because if you've seen the numbers, it's lost like millions and millions of dollars, which is brilliant. Yeah. Good.
Don't do it again.
Don't stop. Come up with something new, something interesting. There's a scene, the last action bit, when they're like on the plane and these planes are just crashing and they're flying and shit's going everywhere and it's like no one's getting a scratch. It's like all your bones would be dust by this stage. And like, how good was that action? I'm like,
I see your point.
My eyes were looking at it, but I know nothing. This isn't something that's interesting.
I know that they're not trying to though. It's far-fetched intentionally. It's not Terminator 2.
But even, I know, but people like it's good action.
But it could be.
It wasn't
what
good.
You mean?
It wasn't good action. Just
it was entertaining.
Bring it down. I watched it. Yeah. I mean, like you can get into a whole discussion about what's entertaining. Like staring at an interesting painting is entertaining. Like, I don't know.
I know what you mean. But I've seen movies that are fucking way worse. But action that's way worse as well. Do you know what I mean?
And that's why I said the movie wasn't a pile of dog shit. It was
what made it not a pile of dog? Because everything that you said has kind of been negative.
Yeah, no, it's not a good movie at all.
So what do you mean?
Like I said at the start.
You've got to explain it more because you're crossing over.
Okay. The action kept my eyes staring at it. Arnold Schwarzenegger was good.
He was good in it, yeah.
Linda Hamilton, I liked seeing her.
I didn't like her in it. I thought it's like hasn't been acting for 20 years and she's come back. No.
Her
lines were fucking lame.
Frank made a great point that he stole from someone else.
Yeah.
Because they've said this is a direct sequel after Terminator 2. So scrap the rest. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So I'm going to compare it. I'm going to compare it to Terminator 2 because you said this is right after Terminator 2. the problem with this movie, one of the billions of problems, is like there's no heart to the movie at all. No one likes each other.
Yeah.
No one feels for each other.
Yeah.
Compared to Terminator
That happens
2.
in action movies a lot these days.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Yeah.
Compared to Terminator 2, you've got a love is the wrong word, whatever. Love. You got a story of love and relationships between John and his mum. Mm-hmm. You've got a love story between the Terminator and John.
Yeah.
And there's heart there.
Yeah,
and
100%.
There's just no soul.
Do you know what's? I guess the thing in Terminator 2 is it's like, how do you make an emotionless robot form a relationship?
Yeah.
That's really Terminator 2.
Yeah.
As well as
Other
the mum
stuff.
trying to break out of the prison.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
so that's like...
But you just made me laugh about this new Terminator movie. All right, we're gonna go through the movie just about.
Yeah, good.
At the start, right? Spoilers for the movie. At the start,
It's the worst... One of the worst scenes in cinematic history.
yeah.
I would say.
So at the start, you've got a de-aged, digitally Sarah Connor directly after Terminator 2. She looks like she did in Terminator 2. And she's still wearing the clothes that she's wearing after beating the T-1000. That black...
She hasn't gotten...
She hasn't changed yet, right? And they're at a beach in Mexico, this beautiful beach setting, and she's still wearing combat gear. Like, why is she not in a dress? Not a dress, but
Yeah, sundress. Yeah.
something, or jeans, or trackies, or shorts. No, she's still in combat gear. Okay.
Think of that.
Even don't forget that they've stopped Judgment Day.
Yes.
It is not happening.
Correct.
John Connor, they've digitally de-aged, or they've
Put him in.
Yeah, what's that called?
I know
They've done it to
it's just CG.
Yeah, but they've done it to
Star Wars.
They've done it to
Rogue One.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
They're apparently doing it to James Dean. They're making a whole movie with James Dean in it. That's so sad.
Yeah, it's the thing with how old mate turned into Arnie on the fucking deep fake.
Yeah,
it's like that sort
it's
of
like
stuff.
that, but yeah.
That just technology that you can put someone's pace on something.
Yep.
Put pace.
Pace on them. And so now you've got a CGI'd Edward Furlong from 1992.
On some random kid body.
Yeah, and he's being Edward Furlong. Not even really.
It's pretty well done.
It's well done, but because it's blurry, it's in the background. It's never on focus.
I know, but it's pretty well done. Like,
yeah, not saying
and
it's not.
his voice and everything.
Yeah, but it's like,
probably-
did he speak in it?
I don't know. I think so.
I
can't remember.
I don't remember that. Anyway, so they've stopped Judgment Day. In comes an Arnold Schwarzenegger looking like a Terminator from Terminator 1.
Yeah.
Comes and shoots him dead. See you later. John Connor's dead.
Dead.
Gone. Shot him 3
That's
times
it.
in the chest and then walks away.
Yeah.
So, couple of questions, right? Who the fuck sent him? Because Judgment Day never happened. So the future that he came from
Can't exist.
Can't exist.
No.
Somehow he got sent back.
Yeah.
Okay, we missed him. All right. Why is he one that looks like Terminator 1 Arnold? Why didn't they send a T-1000?
Why? So, okay, let's go back to Terminator 1 and 2 then. So Terminator 1 happens after Judgment Day, obviously. Because...
Terminator 1 happens.
Chronologically.
Terminator 1 happens. John Connor sends back Kyle Reese to protect his mum, and the robots send back Bad Arnie. T8. What is Arnie?
T800 or something.
T800. Can't remember.
T100 or something.
Yes, yeah. T100. Maybe. And that's that. And then you create this paradox or whatever
correct.
of that John Connor sent back Kyle Reese to protect his mum, and Kyle Reese impregnated Sarah Connor to actually give birth to John Connor. Yeah.
Correct.
Great movie. Cool.
Yeah.
There. Terminator 2 happens, it's the exact same fucking story.
Okay. So it's the same timeline.
Yeah. Because they don't stop Judgment Day.
Right. See, I've only seen Terminator 1 once.
Should really rewatch it. It's fucking good.
I know, because...
There's clay animation in it.
Claymation, yeah.
Yeah, at times.
I know.
Which looks choppy, but it doesn't matter. It's a fucking horror movie. It's a horror movie more than an action movie.
At its core it is.
It's a fucking slasher movie.
But I've seen it once and I was like... Yeah, so I couldn't remember Terminator. I was younger. I didn't have the awareness of Terminator 2. I
was having an argument with someone recently.
So that's the same timeline.
Yes.
So it's like this. It's like Donnie Darko, how it creates a separate timeline. Frank exists.
Yeah, but this is only one timeline at this stage.
Yeah, but it's an alternate in a way because
it's an old. Well, no, it's still the same because in the future that the Terminator came from, John Connor was alive, and John Connor's still alive. Whereas if they'd killed John Connor, yes, then you would have had a different timeline.
Okay.
Anyway, I remember I was arguing with someone, and I was just arguing for the sake of it about, they were saying how Terminator 2 is 100 times better than Terminator 1. And I was like, I wouldn't say that. Terminator 1's great. Then I watched them both recently. I'm like, they're both great, but no, Terminator 2 is fucking times,
primo,
is great times 30.
As a movie, full stop.
Yeah.
Like, Terminator 1, you wouldn't say necessarily...
No, it's a good movie.
In the scheme of movie history, that it's one of the best movies. Terminator 2, you would.
Yeah, that's fine. And things that I just shocked me with Terminator 2 recently when I watched it is stuff I never picked up on. I watched this movie a billion times as a kid. And then I think last time I saw it might have been 10 years ago maybe. There's a scene where they just broke Sarah Connor out of the mental hospital and John Connor's in the back seat after the T-1000's trying to get him. He's in the back seat. And Sarah Connor looks at John and he looks at her and he's like wanting affection from his mum.
Okay.
He's just begging for a hug and she's like, come here.
Stone cold.
No, she's like, come here.
Yeah.
And you see him just leap into her arms, but she doesn't hug him. She's just checking him for wounds and stuff and see if he's bleeding. And then she pushes him. It's like, that was so stupid. He's smarter than that. So he thought he was getting a hug from his mum, from his psycho mum. And he wasn't. And so he gets pushed back and he starts crying. Fucking brilliant. Yeah. And then to just put the little cherry on top, and then Arnold looks in the rearview mirror and goes, why are your eyes wet? He's like, nothing. Fucking grouse.
Yeah.
This movie obviously had zero of that.
Nothing.
Most movies in general have zero of that.
These days, and I don't know when it stopped. That's why.
There are still good movies.
That's why when you see a good movie these days, you're like, that was good.
But you can't expect that from the people trying to milk fucking people, milk or steal people's money by brand. That's what I told you the other week about Star Wars. It's like, Star Wars on screen. Here's my money. Listen, let's just put a pile of shit. Call it Terminator. Fucking dickheads are going to come see it. The issue with
it's a problem.
The issue, but see, that's leading to the other thing of who the fuck is this Terminator movie made for?
Yeah,
because movies aren't made for us, actually, but then they are. Like Terminator.
Oh, they're marketed towards.
I'm not talking marketing. No. I'm talking the finished product. When I watched Terminator 2, that movie was made for me. It was about a young boy who was a cool dude and wants to and has something that happens to him.
Yeah, it's young adults.
Yeah, the movie was made. The new Terminator movie isn't made with me in mind.
No,
it's
so broad action.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's like, who is it aimed for? Because it's this big feminism thing in the movie.
But it's not really, though.
It wasn't jammed down your throat. Yeah, it wasn't jammed down your throat. That's why it didn't offend me or anything like that. Like it was fine.
There's girl power. In it, and that's a good extent of girl power.
And the problem is why is it in a Terminator movie? Because Terminator movie, it's not only for boys at all.
But that's the main. Yeah, why is there this need? Why is there this need to include people from the opposite sex of whatever show it is into the audience? Why can't it be so narrow that it's only for guys? Is that what you're saying?
Why can't it be believable? Because everybody's cool and can do whatever they want and achieve whatever they want. But if the resistance of humans, the resistance leader is a 4 foot tall, good looking Mexican girl, maybe it is. Or maybe it's a guy, because it usually would be. Like, you know, like Terminator 2, they have the flashback where they're fighting, there's a war with the robots.
Yeah.
All the soldiers are all like men. And that was jarring. Because now, if they did that, you'd have to have some women on the front line too.
Which they did in the new one.
Yeah. It's like, that wouldn't happen. But that's okay. Like, it's sort of, I'm taking extreme, but it's like taking Sex and the City movie and being like, but we're going to show how men are cool in it.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's not
about
that's not the audience, though.
Exactly.
Like, who's this for?
What they want in a Sex and the City movie is a guy who
is a dick,
treats a girl like shit.
And he gets his comeuppance.
And then all of a sudden, he
falls in love, or
something.
She changes him,
but not actually what most guys are like.
Yeah,
you're choosing a very specific type of guy in those films that isn't seen that regularly.
But see, it's not saying
that's the same thing in those movies. Like there are chicks in the army. You don't see many of them, but they are there. Like but they're not necessarily going to be the leaders. I don't know.
Yeah,
who knows?
No, because generally men are the psychos that have that drive,
or willing to put themselves in fucking crazy, ridiculous situations.
Yeah,
but then there's the people that have gone through that much shit, like women that have gone through that much shit, and they're fucking on edge constantly because they have to be, because they've gone through so much.
Like
shit.
Sarah Connor.
Yeah,
This little good-looking Mexican girl. She doesn't grow or develop at all.
Well, it happens in the span of 2 days. So how can you develop in 2 days?
How about that funny-ass scene where Sarah Connor's talking about how they're going to bring down this new Terminator, and she's like, "We're going to create the death box," and then they're like, the other female hero is like, "That's a dumb idea," and then the Mexican girl's like, "We are going to stand and fight and do the death box." It's like, what? Yeah, I know. Sarah Connor said it. Are you okay? She's the leader because that's her showing how she's a leader, how she follows Sarah Connor.
Terrible.
The other thing that was just so jarring is that scene when they're on the train sneaking into America from Mexico, and the Mexican actress, her only lines are, "Why me? I'm not special." It's like, yeah, okay. Oh, I'm not special. Yeah, okay. You're going to be the hero. You're going to be Jesus. Like, we know that. And then Sarah Connor, who was grouse because she overcome bad shit, like Terminator 2. She's strapped to a bed and sexually assaulted. Like, here's the bad shit situation she's in. Next, she hides a toothpick, hides a paper clip in her mouth, undoes her thing, gets out, sees the guy, cracks his skull and beats the fuck out of him. Yeah. Pay off. Pay off 100%. Because she was abused by him and she fucking kills him. Pay off. There's just no bad shit that happens to this person. No.
Yeah, brother dies.
Brother dies and dad dies. Bad. But directly to her.
There's no instant, there's no real payoff karma thing that happens from that action.
No. But the part that was just so jarring is then when like Sarah Connor was like, "You're just a womb to birth a man to save the world." It's like, is that how you view yourself, Sarah Connor?
Exactly. You're essentially the same character.
Yeah, you started off as maybe
I did wonder that right at that point.
Yeah. I was like, okay, maybe you did start off as just a womb, but then you developed John, you stockpiled all these guns, you were in Terminator 2, they say how she constantly had different boyfriends, SAS, Marines and stuff like that. Build up just to learn from them and use them and get their intelligence and stuff like that.
It's depth. There's good writing there.
Yeah. So Sarah Connor never played this victim at all.
You got to wonder,
even though she had every right to.
How the fuck did this chick, the Mexican chick, how did she learn everything to become a badass?
Because everyone can be a badass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? It's just
it's fucked.
Yeah. And that's why like Sarah Connor in number 1.
She saves the young girl that's gonna grow up to fight the Terminator, and she sees her and she knows it's her instantly.
Yeah.
Why is she in charge?
You don't know.
She starts the group. Who's listening to her at the start?
That's my point. It's like
who's listening to her?
If it was like the end of the world scenario,
you'd be like, "See ya, I'm going off to fight my own fucking
and also
Terminators." You can't.
It's not correct, but we're talking post-apocalyptic. It's like this dude, this gorilla, he's bigger and stronger than you.
Yeah,
he'll beat you.
Listen to him.
So I'm still with him.
Yeah,
I mean he might be a dick, but he's in charge right now.
You hang on.
Or little you. I know you.
And what have you done?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been in the army for 12 years.
Yeah.
What have you done?
You gave a good speech once.
Fuck me.
Yeah. The other. So that shit's just. It's like.
It's fucked.
It's just jarring. But like I said, in comparison to the new Ghostbusters movie,
the word is divisive. She's a device.
Yeah, but it wasn't insulting. It wasn't like down your throat.
And I don't think the plot holes made it a bad movie either. There were plot holes.
I love the fact when they've got to write themselves out of their little plot holes.
Yeah, I know.
Like, okay, back to sort of breaking it down in the movie a bit more, is you've got the new Terminator lady saving the new John Connor, and they're fucked. Because there's this new Terminator who's more superior, like always. So we're just rehashing the same movies again and again.
Yeah.
And then Sarah Connor rocks up and saves them. And it's like, how did you know we were there? And she's like, I get text messages from a number I don't know, and they tell me where Terminators will be, and I find them and kill them.
Yeah.
So
But
just stick on that because so she got a text message saying they would be on that bridge. Like, how did Arnold's the one who's sending them text messages? How did he know they were there? Does he have a satellite?
Yeah.
Because what she did say was she tells me I get a message saying where Terminators are going to spawn to.
Correct.
They didn't spawn on that bridge. So how the fuck did they find them?
So did she follow them? Why didn't she intercept earlier?
Yeah.
Why didn't she save the brother?
Yeah.
Nah. Just after the brother dies.
She turns up.
That's when she comes.
Anyway.
Car was just a little bit too slow.
Yeah. I ran out of petrol.
Ah, fuck.
And so
you had to fill up on the way.
And she's like, oh, God,
shit. I fucking forgot to fill up. How did I forget that one thing? Yeah.
I got me guns and the bombs and the
forgot about the fucking petrol.
And so then she's like, who sends you the messages? I don't know. So then the new Terminator lady flicks the phone. I found the location. It's like, okay, so that was a good we didn't know who it was until we did a second later.
Exactly.
So then we go. And then we find out that it's Arnold, the Terminator, sending her messages. And this is the Arnold that killed her son.
Yes.
Because he was like, my mission was over, so I just hanged around.
And then
it's like, but that's not what's up. No. It's like, that's not supposed to happen. After your mission's over, you're supposed to die, like the Terminator did in number 2. Like, your mission's over, you're a robot, kill yourself. End of story. But he stayed around. And then he's like, and after all these years, I learned a conscience and how to have a heart.
Yeah, how do human reactions work.
I'm a human now. It's like, weren't we told in Terminator 1 by Kyle Reese, you can't, that amazing scene where he's like just grabbing her and he's just like, you don't understand, you can't reason with this thing. Yeah. It won't listen to reason. You can't beg for it. You can't be friends with it. He's just fucking going to kill you. End of it.
Yeah.
No. This one
can.
This one changes. He's a robot who somehow changes. He ends up meeting a woman, adopting her son and marrying her, and now he protects them or lives with them. He's also he sells blinds, which did have the funniest part in the whole movie when he was talking to someone and he's just like, and then they wanted to put beige blinds in, and I told them,
in the warehouse,
do not do that. And that was funny.
Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then... And then
because they tried other humor though.
There was just by him. The humor from him was good.
Was good.
Arnold.
They tried to make Sarah Connor funny, and she was.
I remember that.
Yeah, at the house when the chick's like waking up from being passed out and stuff. You know, when they had to inject her with all the stuff, and that was another fucking stupid thing. How do you know that this will fix her? I don't. But it did.
The other funny thing.
What the fuck?
The other funny thing is when the new lady Terminator goes to Arnold, what model are you? He goes, I'm a T100. And he goes, what model are you? You haven't got the right to ask me that. Didn't you just ask him? Aren't we both friends? Aren't we on this? Okay, sorry. And so, yeah, like I said, this Terminator now, this robot killing machine now developed a conscience over years.
Yep.
And then they've got to fill up their own plot holes with dog shit.
Yeah.
When Linda Hamilton goes to Arnold Schwarzenegger, doesn't your wife realize that you weigh 400 kilos? No, our relationship isn't physical. Okay, cool. Does your wife not realize that you don't shit or go to the toilet or smell or sleep?
Yeah.
Any of those things? Yeah. No, she doesn't know.
When you cut yourself, you don't bleed.
Yeah. And what would have been more better is if he said, she knows I'm a robot.
Yeah.
There you go. End of story.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
She likes the protection.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we've been going for far too long on this. It's like we've already been going for an hour.
But there's so much
to unpack.
Make
I know,
fun of.
I know, but let's talk about something else. Our listeners.
Our
listeners.
Who cares?
I did something that was I immediately identified as why did I waste my time on that? You don't have Facebook, but whatever. You know that there's like
I know
these
I know
ads,
what it is.
These ads, right?
Yep.
Where they're like advertising shit to you. But it's like, cause I watch like videos on like, you know, like Jordan Peterson, all that sort of stuff. They have the self-help videos that are targeted towards you.
Like from YouTube?
From YouTube and Facebook ads and stuff like that. So on Facebook, there was this one and across the screen it said, why positive thinking doesn't work.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I got to see this. I got to see some guy, some nobody, just talking to a camera, and he starts filling up this. He's got a bucket of water, and he's like, "This is how you start. When you're a baby,
I hate these
you're
analogies.
clean. Yeah, when you're a baby, you are clean water. You're unfiltered. There's nothing wrong with you.
Fucking dumbass.
As you go on with life, you're told that you're not good enough. You're told you're a loser. Blah blah." And he starts filling it up with dirt. The whole thing starts filling up with dirt, and he goes, "So when you try and think positively, all you're doing is getting a glass of water and you're pouring that in, but that doesn't clean the water. What you got to realize is you always have to think positively." And he grabs a hose and for 2 minutes filling up the bucket, and then it eventually gets clean. That's the analogy. So the video says why positive thinking doesn't work. And the video is about you have to think positively all of the time.
And then it will work. But that's the clickbait. That's the clickbait thing.
So I wrote on it and I said, that makes sense. And that was my comment. And there was no reason for me to write that. And after I did, I was like, why did I do that? Yeah. And I was like, that was my rebellion for the day, for the week, for the year. That's not going to help anyone. No one's liked it. No one's thought that it's funny.
No.
That's gone into space.
Yeah.
What a waste of time that was.
It is.
Fuck, I'm a loser.
Yeah, you are. I'll do that where I'll see something just ridiculous and I'll be like, delete. Who cares?
I'm like, but the thing that annoys me is like, there's so many of these fucking life coaches out there. What have they done?
It's easy.
How can you be a life coach if you haven't gone through anything?
I know a few people that have life coaches, and they pay them like 80 grand.
It's a mentor.
Sort of. They pay them 80 grand a year to give them advice, right?
It's pretty much telling you what you want to hear. Really.
Yeah, sometimes it's business advice, right?
Yeah, which is good.
Yes, but the beauty thing of it is that there's no liability.
No.
Like if you
say I'm not a business consultant, I'm a life coach.
Yeah, if you give legal advice and it's the wrong advice, the person does it, you're liable for giving the wrong advice. Yeah. But if you're a life coach getting 80 grand a year from 4 different people, it's like, oh, I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
I just thought, I just thought, it'd be a good idea for you to sell your house and invest in a mushroom farm. Didn't work. You shouldn't have done it. I don't know what to tell you. Life coach is crock of shit. I know a lot of people who have them.
Like, it's good to have a mentor. Mentors in fields, like people that you can learn from to get better at whatever it is that you want to get better at.
Yeah, but once you start paying them,
Correct.
There's a problem.
Correct.
Because they're there to just fleece you of your money and tell you shit that's unnecessary.
I mean, I do artist coaching here at the studios, but it's because I've gone through as a musician and gone through touring and wasting heaps of money, and I don't want people to have to waste their money.
That's a bit
pretty
different.
much my thing.
Yeah, but that's different because it's more narrowed to
niche. I'm not telling people how to live their life.
Yeah.
I'm giving them advice on how to be a musician and how to avoid scams and all this sort of shit.
That's different.
And people pay me.
Yeah.
Or they pay the studios, which is fine. But it's this whole thing like I'm going to put myself on a video. I have no... Who are you? You're not anyone. But you're just standing in front of a camera and filling up a bucket of water.
Yeah.
And telling people that you have to think positively.
Crazy. But no one's getting anything. No one's getting anything out of that, really.
People are. People are paying this cunt money. Some idiots.
Yeah, some idiot would. But that's a good thing. You can see the you can sense the real ones right away. You know what I mean? Like you see when someone, you're not going to get Jordan Peterson going, let me tell you about positive thinking in a bucket of water. You can go, no, what are you talking about? You're a clinical psychologist for 30 years. You're not filling up buckets of water. Comments are funny. I think about on Reddit, there's on Reddit, there's the Gone Wild on Reddit and real girls. Like girls will put pictures of themselves naked on the internet. And I just laugh because they'll put pictures of themselves on the internet naked and they'll do some comment like, who wants to join me? you know? And then there's all these guys saying, I'd love to. I'd give anything to. I'd want to really bad. I'm like, why are you writing? Just look at the picture and move on. What do you think she's going to do? Go, well, this guy said he wants to meet me. I'm going to track this psycho, friggin' neck-bearded, fat, dorky Reddit loser down.
Yeah.
I wanted to write on Reddit, because there's that Ask Reddit page. Men who comment on women's pictures on Gone Wild, why?
Yeah. What are you getting out of it?
What are you going to achieve?
Yeah. But they don't have that forward-thinking thing.
Oh, come on. You've got to have... maybe not forward-thinking, but once someone asks you the question, why did you write, yeah, babe, I'd love to spend the night with you, like... What do you think would, like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Tell me why. I'm sure some losers who watch this podcast probably do it. And if you do, fucking let us know why.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, why are you listening to us, though?
That's a better question.
That's a better question.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I felt the need to do it. And I just wanted all I wanted, I think at the time, was just to be like, I see so many people, all of the comments were, this is great. I love your videos. And I'm like, it's not.
But were they baby boomers?
I don't know who they were.
Baby boomers get sucked into that shit.
My hope was, I know no one's going to see this, but if one person sees this and go, oh yeah, I didn't think like that.
What did you write while this helped?
I said, so the text says why positive thinking doesn't work, but the video says you have to use positive thinking 100% of the time. That makes sense. Yeah. That was it. And I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I waste my time?
Why did you?
I wasted my time.
I'm
well aware.
You are closer to dying.
And wasted 5 seconds writing that out, 10 seconds. Could have been doing something else.
You could have developed yourself better in some way. You could have drunk a whole glass of water.
I could have filled a bucket up with water myself.
And drowned yourself in it, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I forced you to watch the new South Park episode.
No, you didn't force me.
I told you.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go on. Tell everyone what it's about.
Yeah, so the gist of the episode is that PC Principal is married to Strong Woman, and Strong Woman is competing in a Strong Woman competition. And the PC Principal and Strong Woman have got babies called the PC babies who, for example, they're watching Mulan and they start crying. And they're like, oh no, Mulan was on, the PC babies are crying again. PC babies,
Mulan identifies as a man, but it's not explained enough in the movie, and that's the old way of thinking.
This is offensive to trans people who actually go through this thing. We're sorry, PC babies, right? Actually, I was just pause there for 1 second.
Yeah.
I saw this thing making the news about how Disney Plus, the new streaming thing, are putting disclaimers before Mulan and before might have been Beauty and the Beast about how this movie might be triggering for some people.
Really?
Yeah. And people are sort of just going, how dumb is this? I'm okay with it. I would be really upset if they changed the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking oath.
Like, because Warner Brothers fucking smashed this out the park 15 years ago when they released all of their old cartoons on DVD.
Yeah.
And at the front, they did a thing, and maybe I can quickly Google it because it is good. So Warner Brothers did this about 15 years ago about their cartoons. The cartoon you're about to see are products of their time. They may depict some of the ethnic and racial prejudices that were commonplace in American society. These depictions were wrong then and are wrong today. While the following does not represent the Warner Brothers view of today's society, these cartoons are being presented as they were originally created, because to do otherwise would be the same as claiming these prejudices never existed.
Right.
So it's good. Yeah, it's show it and say this is what people did and were thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, to deny its existence is fucking worse, and you're probably gonna
way worse.
You're probably gonna create the same mistakes if you just ignore it.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep. And so Disney did that essentially with Mulan.
I haven't seen it.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen it in full.
Yeah, I've never seen any of it.
I've seen.
I don't know what it's about. I know that The Rock's in it and he sings.
The Rock?
Isn't that Mulan?
Mulan is a cartoon.
Yeah. Is it a recent one?
No.
Which one's the recent one?
Mulan's old, man. Mulan's from like 1996.
Oh, which is the one that The Rock sings in?
I don't know. Mulan is based on a story about a Chinese girl in...
Moana.
Oh, yeah, nah. Mulan is a story about a Chinese girl
I haven't seen Mulan either.
who's being trained and groomed to be a good little wife.
Go on.
And but then they're under attack, so she dresses she pretends to be a guy to sneak into the army.
Right.
And then she's a really good soldier. And then they find out later on, fuck, she's a girl the whole time.
Right.
Fine movie. Like, it's offensive now. Yeah, fine. So, yeah, I think Herald Sun were trying to build up a thing about how stupid is this. And I was like, it is stupid. I do get that. But at least they're not censoring the movie. At least it's still there to watch. How did I get onto that? What
I don't know.
Talking about South Park.
Yeah, South Park.
So Strong Woman's competing in the games, in the Strong Woman games.
There's two stories that run in parallel in this episode.
Yeah, and the boys are playing Dungeons and Dragons in their board game.
The board games group, which is intended for boys.
Well,
it doesn't specifically say that.
No, but boys are the ones that are wanting to play the board games, and then they get girls. They have to accept girls in the club, so that's also happening. But anyway, Strong Woman is there. She's going to compete, and then she's getting interviewed by the presenter, and the presenter's like, "How do you feel about the new competitor called Hannah that is going to be in the thing?" She's like, "I don't care."
No, she's like, "It's great."
Yeah, she's like, "It's great." And she's like, "Oh, so you're happy with a woman competing who used to be a man?"
Yep.
She's like, "Yes," and I'm offended that you would even bring it up.
Yeah.
Trans people are more than okay to compete against me.
Yep.
And then, here's Hannah, and it's Macho Man Randy Savage. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna crush all these women," you know. And so he beats the fuck out of them. And then PC Principal is conflicted.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Well, yeah,
it's a bit unfair.
We have to be accepting of trans people,
but at the same time, it's unfair.
It's unfair to women who have been training their whole life for this, and now they're competing against people who were men at one stage.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And so then you find out that Macho Man Randy Savage, or Hannah, is just he's a cunt because he's just doing this because he hates women.
Yeah, and it was his ex.
And because Strong Woman was his ex-girlfriend, he wants to get back at her. Yeah. And so this is where Matt Stone and Trey Park are great, because we watch that and we're laughing because we're like, yeah, this is showing how dumb some parts of PC culture are when they're just blindly accepting of everything. You know, there's not taking any nuance. But Macho Man is the villain, or Hannah is the villain of this story.
Yeah.
And they make sure you understand that when Hannah is talking as an inspirational speak to the girls to the students at school, Cartman, he goes, "I really like this guy." And that's them telling you Cartman is the bad voice.
Correct.
If you and Cartman like Macho Man beating up the women, you're not on the right side. Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And so PC Principal ends up shoving Hannah.
Yeah.
And then he's worried about, oh no, the PC babies are going to be so upset with me because I'm transphobic now. Yeah.
And then he goes, "They're going to think I'm a big fat hypocrite. And I just made a really
insensitive fat joke."
That was the best line in the whole episode, in my opinion.
And so it ends well in that
the girls who are playing the board games against the guys make their own group, and it's better than the guys' ones, because in the board game group, the girls end up actually trying to win the game by reading all of the rules, and they are prepared, where the guys they just want to play.
They just want to play.
They just want to play, and they don't think about it.
I just want to be a pirate. Yeah.
And then it turns out that the wrestler fucking cunt was exactly the same as the little boys, and he loses against the girls. And then the girls, they celebrate, and then and then Cartman goes on his side, "We're going to form our own group," and then they walk off together, and then the girls are just like, "Yeah, we won."
No, I was more referring to the
end scene,
the ending of the PC babies.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, because PC Principal's like, the PC baby's going to be upset with me because I'm transphobic or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go, and he comes back home and sees the PC babies, and they're accepting of him.
Yep.
And it's like, no, the PC babies learned
saw nuance the whole time.
That there's nuance in things like this, and while you can be accepting of trans people, you can also question whether they should be allowed to compete with biological women in sport.
Yeah. So fucking good.
Yeah, it was very good.
And it's so funny because, like, if you're a person that thinks properly and is smart, or just like not an idiot. Let's not say smart, because you don't have to be smart to understand that. But people blindly ignore it. I think the people that ignore it still understand it and probably agree with it, but intentionally go, I want to be seen as the voice of the right person and the
You've
person
always got,
who,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm as far on this. I'm further than you on this side.
Yeah.
And you're accepting of gay people. I'm accepting of this. I'm accepting of this.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. But there's
there's
definitely there was a video that sort of went viral where in college there was a girl who used to be a guy who is smashing everybody. I think it was at athletics or running. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what do you... And they go, do you think it's okay or fair? And she's like, yeah, well, the women just need to train harder. It's like, okay. Or you had 20 years of just, male genes and shit. I don't know.
Well, I mean, again...
it's such a minor thing.
And I think that episode pretty much sums up exactly what, I would say 95...
reasonable people think.
95% of people think.
Yeah.
And even the ones that say they don't think that probably still agree with it, even if they don't say it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what are you going to do? Fucking allow women to get bashed up by some big fucking dude that can tear them apart.
Yeah, who could tear a guy.
Just because you're wanting it to be seen as...
most progressive. Yeah. But then there was articles about why you should skip South Park because it's going after trans people.
Yeah, of course. But they showed that in the episode when he's looking on his phone and then at PC Principal it says, South Park hates transgender people. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's what those articles do.
It's like, but those people who wrote those articles, those clickbaity garbage trash pieces of shit, did you watch the episode?
No.
If you didn't and you wrote that article, I give you a pass.
Yeah.
If you watch the episode and still write the article, then you're a fucking dipshit
quit
idiot.
Your job because your boss is a fuckhead.
And you are brain dead. Your brain doesn't work properly.
But willingly writing it.
Yeah.
Why are you willingly writing it?
It's either you genuinely missed the point or you didn't and you're being disingenuous.
Correct. And I think people like to, we've talked about it before, be offended. There's something about being offended that people like. I've never understood it. I don't know how to be offended at things that don't relate to me.
Yeah.
I've never gotten it. You want to stand up for people that have been downtrodden and stuff like that. Good for you. But it's like, what are you doing? You're not helping the cause.
No, generally
those people
not. Generally you're making
because
it worse.
the people that are actually downtrodden are going, fuck those guys. I don't want them to speak on behalf of me. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, you get that heaps. You get that heaps with, a white person will tell you how bad a black person has it. It's like, I'd rather listen to the black person.
Yeah, don't speak on behalf of them. Fuck you.
The funniest was when, unless they can't get a voice out there,
or unless they've actually grown up in a black community and stuff like that, and they've gone through the hardships that the black person has.
The funniest was when, who's the actress that played Captain Marvel? Brie Larson.
Yeah,
she was getting.
Yeah, I remember she got shit ages ago. Yeah,
a black lady was interviewing her, and said something like, it wasn't race related at all. It was something fluffy or something. It's like, how do you feel about being a role model for women or something in the movie.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, I'm not only a role model for women, more importantly, I want to be a role model for black women because they're the ones that have really had it hard and they're tough. And it's like, just pass the mic over to the black lady.
Yeah,
Let's listen to her instead of you, rich white lady who lived in California whole life.
Yeah. It was around the time that she got famous because of the movie Room.
Yeah.
That was when it happened.
Yeah.
Because Room was fucking awesome. Have you seen that?
No.
Fuck. It's good.
Yeah.
And it changes halfway through and it's still not as good as the first half, but still good.
That's good because Brie Larson is a dog shit actress.
She's not great.
No.
Let's face it. But
even in the Marvel movie, she just has this stone look on her face the whole time and she's real awkward.
Who cares? There's so many of those actors out there that I just, what are you adding? And there's always been the actors that know what they're good at. And I feel like she probably doesn't have a thing that she's actually that good at.
No.
But she's passable in most things.
Yeah. And
she's
pretty.
She's an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
good looking.
She's good looking.
Yeah.
And pale and white and
not shit. and not completely shit.
No.
Like can act to an extent and would pass in a lot of movies if they have a good director, if they have other actors that surround them that are good as well, good storyline. But there's heaps of those actors where you're like, I couldn't care for them for a bar or so. No. Like I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Yep.
Totes malotes.
Lost me page.
Well, this one's my little one.
Go.
No, you can go.
Oh well, I wrote on the page because I put together a playlist. I've cut the podcast up into sections
on YouTube. Yeah, they're good. They're very well done, Stu.
Thank you, mate.
Well done.
Thanks. And I just posted that, and I was like, we're doing a podcast tomorrow. Who wants us to talk about something? And it was Mark Tromo. How do you say it?
Who's that?
Your mate?
Oh, yeah, yep.
How do you say it?
Toomer, yep.
Toomer.
Yep.
And he wants us to talk about climate change. Probably because he just saw it on Friendly Geordies, let's face it.
I don't know nothing about
I don't
climate
have
change.
much of an opinion about it. It's real. It's happening.
We're told it's real.
We're not
Can I ask you a question?
Have
you gone through the literature yourself? Have you delved into the scientific... No. Well, then how do you know?
No, I don't.
Because you put your faith in the climate
All right,
change.
Mac. Yeah, look, we're seeing effects of it. Are we? Things are bad.
Yeah?
You know,
Based on what?
Fires and that.
We've always had fires.
Yep. Bigger? Are they bigger?
Hotter. Are they hotter? Are the fires bigger? That's the thing. It's like we've got fires, climate change. I don't know. Fuck you. We've always had fires. Fuck the turtles. If a turtle is dumb enough to fucking use a straw and choke, hey.
They don't have brains.
Hey, survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
How come we're okay with survival of the fittest, but not when it comes to straws? Listen, if the earth fucking heats up and gets hot, humans, we've invented fucking air conditioners. Not my problem. Not my problem. I don't live near the ocean. If the ocean rises, it's not going to reach fucking Darabin. So move.
Evolution doesn't happen that quickly, though.
I'm like
evolution happens over millions of fucking years.
Remember the Carl Pilkington?
So even we can't adapt to it if it does heat up in fucking
air cons.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Carl Pilkington when he's talking about how he's sick of people giving money to Africa, and he's just like, here's a thought: if you don't move, just move. Yeah, climate change and that. Like, you know, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah. Give up. Look. The generations that have gone before us,
baby boomers, boomer.
Most recently in the last 50 years, they have built the things that we take for granted, and we will continue to take for granted, that probably are ruining the environment. I haven't done any research. No, I've been told they are.
There's more forests now than there was before.
That's not true.
It is. No, very much is that true.
That's true.
It's true. There's more forests. It might be getting hotter. It doesn't matter. There might be more pollution. China is fucking up the atmosphere. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I mean, yeah, do your bit. Do your bit. But it's like...
Do you do your bit?
But it's...
I don't think I do.
We can't...
Look, but I get the letters...
You know what individual...
Hang on. I get the letters from Yarra Water saying that in a two-person household, we are, me and Deb, way below.
Yeah.
Way below.
There you go.
How much are people... Two people. How much water are they? Are they just leaving taps on?
Yep. What are they doing? If you have a life, and in that life you have a job, you're usually not home during the day.
But what are people at home? Are they having showers for 5 hours? What are they doing?
Fair.
How can you use that much water?
Two adults. Yeah. If you've got kids, you go through water,
correct.
bathing.
But then it's got a different number for the families.
Yep.
Yeah. So what? How much water are people?
Yeah.
Okay. That's my only thing, that we're probably, I don't know, equal in terms of electricity and gas and that, but water.
I also
don't know.
like
me.
Marty and Stu have no clue, so we don't need to have scientific basis for anything.
Yeah.
We're not accurate and we're not correct.
No.
But I'm pretty sure
This is good. Yep. Go on.
that like 98% of global warming problems are done by like multinational companies.
Oh, fucking
So
oath.
individuals
Correct.
make up like 1% of the
100%,
problem.
100%.
So when they're like, you got to do this and do that, it's like, listen,
Let's change it from the top.
Let's get Nestle to not fucking make a trillion plastic
bars,
bottles
yeah.
every fucking second. Like, focus on that for a
Correct.
second.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I earn minimum wage,
It's a
trying
really
not to
good
die.
It's funningly a really good point. It's a really good point. They're actually giving more money to corporations. Councils don't want small and medium businesses to exist. They want large businesses to exist so that people go to them and spend more money. And also, these are the ones that are fucking polluting the place.
And the big organisation is the one that's giving little donations to fucking
councils,
politicians and councils anyway.
100%.
And then it's like,
we'll sponsor you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, climate change and that.
Yep.
There was that little girl. What was her name? Greta
Thunberg.
Yeah.
Thunberg.
She started these little protests and that.
That lasted for 5 days.
It's good. But then it's like
making people think.
But
I'm all about it.
I think everyone knows.
But it's not necessarily at the front of their mind.
Al Gore made his shit-ass movie
that apparently is really good.
20 years ago?
No, it was like...
We were in high school.
Nah.
We were in high school.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
The reason why we were was because he ran against George Bush W.
Not
Bush.
with that movie.
Correct.
No.
He ran against George W. Bush and lost. And then years later, he made the movie.
Yeah. Correct.
Right. So we were in high school. High school.
We weren't. We finished in 2005.
Fair call.
Yep. So, yeah, I think the thing with that is it's probably just, it's good to put things at the front of people's minds. It's good to do that.
The gross
do it in
thing,
the right way. Don't try and shove it down my throat, which she was just speaking at a conference.
She was fine.
She was fine.
Yeah. It's more...
People made fun of her because she had Asperger's. Who cares?
Yeah. And also the right will go after her, because what I don't get is like why people deny it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's like, but let's say it's not. What's the worst that happens? You create a better world?
Yeah.
I don't know. But then in saying that, I was having this discussion with someone where they were saying the earth is the most important thing. Right?
Because if there's no earth, there's no us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So earth is the most important thing. And I don't agree with this at all. And Jordan Peterson talks about people like this as well. He was like, so the ideal situation is humans need to disappear.
Yeah, that's wrong.
It is wrong. Because, one, it's wrong on many levels, but the easiest level that came to my mind was like, Earth is the most important thing based on the value we give it.
Yes, because Jupiter could be the most important thing.
But if we don't, we're the only species that puts intrinsic value on things. Animals don't.
Yeah, but there's no signs of any life on any other planet in
right. So
universe.
It's only humans. So my sort of point was,
but there's every life form is only on Earth.
Yeah. So wipe out humans. So you've still got animals.
Okay. Then there'll be something else that rises to the top, and eventually humans come.
That's not my point. My point is that Earth is so super duper important.
Okay.
Because of the value we humans put on it.
Yeah. It's like God.
I don't know what the fuck God's got to do with anything.
Well, God only exists because people made him up.
Okay, ignoring God, I don't know why you brought God up, you fucking idiot. My point is that the value of Earth is something humans give to it.
Yep.
If humans didn't exist, there would be no value to Earth.
Correct. 100%.
What's the point of it?
Yeah. Nothing.
Right. So it's like, we need to get rid of humans so that the environment can be good.
For who?
For what?
Yeah.
Like for animals?
Yeah. They don't know.
They have no interest in that. They don't think about this.
Correct.
They think about food and probably their children, maybe.
Yeah. But not even consciously, necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know. But yeah.
So it's like,
most likely.
That's why I started with value.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
like, if Earth is the most important thing, which, okay, we all agree.
Yeah.
So the solution is get rid of humans.
Yeah.
Well, then the value's gone.
But who says get rid of them?
Yeah, people.
People say kill off half of them, maybe.
All right.
How, though?
Thanos.
Yeah, but that's the point, though. Like, what is the argument here? We should be breeding less? How are you going to control that?
Well, I'm only going by Jordan Peterson. He talks about how most studies in population growth are the graphs or whatever are saying that we're at 6 billion now.
Closer to 7, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All these scientific bitches, these graphs they do and that, they're saying that we will max out at 9.
Okay.
After 9 billion, it will sort of stop.
Why?
Because developed countries have less babies. Japan has a real problem where no one's having kids.
Okay.
Now, it used to be that you would...
Is there much room in Japan, though? Like, Australia's got so much fucking room.
Yeah, and that was sort of his point. He's like, these graphs are showing that we'll max out at 9 billion.
Yeah.
Which is only 2 billion more.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
That's his point. I have no real stance on that either way because I don't fucking know.
But if that's the case, people say we're struggling now, but we're not. But we are. But we're not. But we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I am pro-greenie in this side of things, so don't think I'm not. But they were also saying that we would run out of food in like the 1800s.
Yeah.
And like, turns out we didn't.
I
We have
think
more
the
food
thing
than
is
ever.
humans are extremely adaptive. They're the only species that are adaptive to their surroundings.
We also have really smart pricks.
In a really quick way.
Yeah. We also have really smart pricks that work out you can like,
Yeah.
pump
you can create an air
nitrogen
conditioner.
into the soil to create better crops and shit.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck thinks of that? Ghosts and that probably think of that.
There's too many things to it that you can't ever look. I think this is a problem with society in general, is that everyone looks at complex situations or scenarios or problems
And comes up with a simple
and
answer.
they come up with a simple answer. This is the one thing that's going to fix it. No, because it's going to affect something else.
Yeah.
It's going to all you can do is chip away at anything and try and make it better, which we do.
Oh, absolutely.
And there are corporations that are fucked, that ruin things for everyone. But people in general
the problem with
are generally good.
At the end of the people are generally good, of course, but unless they send you death threats. But but the problem is the person that I was having this discussion with, like, had an iPhone. It's like, all right,
get rid of the iPhone. If you're that worried,
if you're that if that's the feelings that you've got, make your own clothes.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, you don't want it. You want, and I said that. I said, like, you say all this, but you'll still buy the cheapest T-shirt you can find made by some slave in India. Like,
there are people out there that genuinely try to minimize all of
minimalize. What's that word mean?
minimize.
Minimize? I don't think there's an L in it.
Well,
Minimalize.
minimize their effects on the planet, and that is by doing things like building their own homes that is completely
Self-sufficient,
self-sufficient.
all that stuff, yeah.
Like, who could be fucked? We've made these things in the world so that it's easier for us. Yeah, they might have negative effects, but we're always, like, we live, I've said this before, we live the longest than we ever have.
Yes.
So that makes sense that we are genuinely doing things that are better for us.
I said that ages ago.
Yeah.
I was like, surely I think I was saying this when I was back in America because their life expectancy is going backwards.
Yeah, because they're fucked. Yeah.
It's like, surely the goal of man...
Too much Mountain Dew, really.
Yeah. Surely the goal of man and women is to keep living longer. That's old.
For some reason it is.
That's got to be the goal.
For some reason it is.
Healthily live longer. Like, you don't want to be some
quality
decrepit
of
old...
life.
Yeah.
Have the best quality of... Yeah,
For as long as you can.
The best quality of life. Not necessarily living life, but best quality of life.
Because we'll joke about this the other day. A friend of mine who's got a baby and they're not struggling at all, but they're just saying how hard it is. And I said this long-winded thing, how you hear from people about how, women these days say how hard they've got it. Back in the 1800s, they didn't have electricity or water or sanitation or anything. It's like, yeah, they didn't. And a lot of women and children died. Now they don't die all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because we do adapt, and quality of life is the most important thing because we always try to gradually improve things. And that's why this past 200 years have been the most amazing in history because we've advanced so fucking quickly.
Oh, yeah, exploded. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So
and a lot of things that Jordan Peterson talks about is how Africa now has the infant mortality rate that Europe had in the 60s. It's like that's good.
That's
like
good.
They're catching these places that
it's still progressing.
Yeah. People are every day getting out of poverty. Like the UN, I think, said, maybe, and you can argue that the rate is wrong, but like abject poverty is something like if you live on $1 a day, anything under that is poverty.
Okay.
People are getting out of that every day.
Quickly, yeah.
So things aren't
No, they're not going backwards.
They're not going backwards in that sense. But yeah, don't kill turtles. I don't know.
Yeah, I just like I like remembering that. It's hard. It's like I think the reason why people talk about it so much is so that, like I was saying, that it is in the front of your mind. There's so many different things that you can care about. You can only care about so much. You can't put equal effort into everything.
Yeah.
It's impossible. No one can. Not even the most amazing person in the world. Not even Bill Gates can put his effort into everything.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But like, let's not even say everything. Let's say making the world a more better place. It's like as an individual, you can pick up rubbish.
Yes,
and like I said, I think corporations make up 98% of the problems of fucking, and they're hand in hand with the government.
So the hard thing, I guess.
Oh, you just reminded me something funny.
Yeah, I think the corporation thing, when a corporation does the right thing, is they're giving a big portion to different, what do they call, charities that are benefiting people in other ways. It's like you have to have an offset. You can't just only care about yourself. Well, because what are you doing then?
Yeah, well,
you're not really improving anything except your brand.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's all that matters to them. I think it was Nestle or something like they're carbon neutral. They are making no impact on the environment, but they are. But what they're doing is then they're paying the government and buying carbon credits.
Yeah.
So it's like they are polluting, but they're paying the government, which is offsetting the pollution.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know enough about it, but that's
no,
just,
neither.
I guess,
and
what
who cares?
I think.
The funniest is when they did those marches with that girl and the Prime Minister of Canada.
That's not a word.
Trudeau.
Yeah.
He was marching in the march for climate change, and he put it on Twitter with a headline, something along the lines of "We hope to make a difference," you know. And someone wrote, "Bitch, you are literally in charge.
Yeah,
bring in laws that make the difference. What are you walking for?
Exactly.
You're in charge. What are you talking about? We hope to make a difference. You are the boss here, champ.
Do stuff.
You can do it.
Do it.
Do it or don't do it. But walk and look pretty. Yeah, you get the votes. You also take the money.
Fuck. Yep. What else you got? You said you thought about, or was that what you thought about?
Yeah. We got a couple of comments on YouTube.
We did. I know. And I wrote back to one of them.
And one of them, you were complete. I was like, you bitch. When that lady wrote, or that person wrote, I really like the Joker movie. And you're like, yeah, well, me too. I'm like,
yeah, but like, what else am I going to write
nothing. You don't write anything.
Why not?
Yeah, we thought it was great too. Did you watch the video? We didn't say it was great.
We did.
We said it was. I don't think it was great. Okay. I just want to clarify that.
You did.
Okay.
I reckon in that video you said, I thought it was great.
All right. I thought it was really, really good and not bad.
The other comment made me laugh more.
He went a couple of times, that guy.
Yeah. Or girl.
No, because I think I think the girl wrote saying, I like the movie.
Yeah. What was
Who
the first?
writes on YouTube
videos? The first
videos?
one annoyed me. Yeah, the first one annoyed me. The revelation was not for the audience, it was for the Joker. It's like everything in a movie is for the audience. Shut the fuck up.
But the Joker, but so did he have the flashbacks?
That's the point of what this guy was saying. It was
so he can time travel.
It was his flashbacks.
To things
they were showing his mind working out that he wasn't actually with his missus.
Okay.
That's exactly the extent of...
So it's like, Godfather always comes to mind. So it's like Godfather 2, when Fredo gets killed, and then they showed Michael go like that and drop his head. That was not for us to show Michael was upset and conflicted. That was Michael. And this is reacting himself.
Is the thing.
What?
This is the thing that I thought of. It's like, so you're going to show every single thought that he has? Why only show that one? If it's because
it relates to the story, exactly.
Yeah,
but
so it's for the audience.
Correct. Yeah. Everything's
fucking
for the audience.
Idiots.
Yeah.
I didn't write back to their second comment.
No, I didn't really read it.
Because I didn't care.
Yeah.
I said what I needed to say.
Yeah. I laughed at you, though, when you were like, yeah, we liked it too. I'm like, do we? I'm like, all right. One of us might have more than the other.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you want me to delete it? I'll delete it.
Nah, just leave it. You've done it now. They got a couple of views. I think they got like 20 views. It's all clickbait.
Yeah,
it's all like.
I don't know why I'm doing it.
I only do it if you can be asked. It is good. They are well done clips.
I think so too. But why? I guess we've got the podcast, and that's really.
I know, but the clickbaity,
so funny,
but those 5-minute clips on YouTube, people watch them.
I know.
Sort of, yeah. Like here's one.
So should we only release the small one? No.
No. Because here's a big one. Here's a clickbait one for you. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. That's still a grouse meme. Have you seen those?
People are still going on about it.
So they should. You've got a billionaire pedophile.
Started it.
You've got a billionaire, or if he's a billionaire, you've got a self-proclaimed billionaire who has sex with children, who owns an island, who has flown on a jet with Bill Clinton 30 times to this pedophile island.
We've done this.
Miraculously kills himself in a cell that's unable to be killed in, and yet the project isn't talking about it all the time. No, they're going to talk about fucking... isn't Mulan a dangerous film? There was some senator recently. He put up 3 tweets with a block of writing. Block, block, block. And then someone worked out that if you take the first letter of every sentence, it's in backwards. It says Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, well done. Yeah, there was a guy that I worked with at Apple who did his, like, I didn't do it because what's the point? So when people used to quit work, they would write this email that said, "Thanks for all the memories.
Fuck off.
Loved you guys.
Fuck off.
I'm going to miss it. Remember, it's not goodbye. It's see you next time."
Douchebag.
Why are you writing it? And some people would be like, they'd write ones that was in protest that would be like, "See ya." And that's it. Don't even write it.
Yeah. But why?
You still want to be known that you were a wanker? I don't get it. But there was one that this guy did do, and the first letter of all of his sentences ended up saying, "Yeah, the boys," which is fucked. Like, obviously, "Yeah, the boys," that whole thing was stupid, but it was funny.
Yeah, that's sick.
So that was a good one.
Yeah, that thing which you got to watch by the next podcast is the movie Dolomite Is My Name.
Yeah. I have been planning on watching
Eddie Murphy made a movie.
I know.
That is good and he cares and he gives a shit and he does well.
Yeah.
It's fucking grouse.
Yeah. As soon as
Bitch, are you for real?
As soon as I saw the whole promo for it, I was like, this is going to be a good movie. So yeah.
So it's based on it.
You can tell. And I think the difference is now, like with Eddie Murphy, he is correct. Like, he's obviously made millions of all of his movies. Somehow, they're not good. Like,
no, they were.
In the last 10 years or 15 years.
I don't think he's made one in the last 10 years. Honestly, don't.
10 or 15,
yeah,
20.
15 maybe.
None of them have been good.
No, but I mean, he was the biggest star in the world in the mid-80s to the early 90s.
100%.
Beverly Hills Cop, fucking Coming to America.
100%.
Even closer to 2000s, the Dr. Dolittle movie.
Yeah, I know. I know that. But the last ones.
Oh, yeah, he is
Norbert
phoning it in.
and like, what the fuck is all that? Like, terrible. But anyway, you could tell because all of a sudden he's doing stuff like that one with Jerry Seinfeld, how they got in front. And that's good. And that's him being him in front of a camera.
Yep.
Showing his normal side. So as soon as someone does that, okay, they care again.
Oh, he definitely cares about this movie.
Yeah.
He fucking kills it. Apparently Netflix and him are making Beverly Hills Cop 4.
They're also doing Coming to America too.
Coming to America.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't do that. I know. Yeah.
I hope it's good.
Yeah. That was his first one where he played 2 characters, right?
He played a couple. Yeah. Oh, Julia loves that movie. How long are we gone for?
1:45-ish.
Nice. The other thing that I'm interested in thinking about, I'm playing with the mic again.
Yeah.
Is like a friend of ours is pregnant.
Yeah.
And they just told the mother and father-in-law.
Yeah.
And they did it sort of like a funny secret sort of thing. They gave him it was the mother and father-in-law's like wedding anniversary, and they gave him like a package for their
Of whose mother and father-in-law?
the lady. It doesn't matter.
Why say in-law?
Parent doesn't matter because anyway.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
You know the guy.
Girl. Anyway.
Me. That was so hard.
Anyway, they did a package for the parents.
Yep.
About how because it's their 30th wedding anniversary or whatever, and in the package it was a note, and the note was like blah blah blah. You're great, da da da, and good. Small packages take sometimes because they took.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Anyway, then they saw the picture of the baby.
Yeah. The ultrasound.
And the mum freaked out.
Yeah. Because they're gonna have a grandkid.
I know. Why is that so interesting?
Well, you haven't had a child, so you don't know what it's like
To have a grandkid.
to have a child and a grandchild.
Right, but I'm just saying.
So obviously, for people,
It's just
you
weird.
hear it all the time that having a baby changes your life. Having a child is the most in anyone, pretty much, unless you're Steve Jobs, who's heartless or whatever. Having a child changes a life for the better. That's what you hear all the time.
You hear that,
You
yeah.
haven't had one, so you don't fucking know.
I've had big shits, Stu.
It's
It's just weird. It's just like people are still excited by people having babies.
yeah.
It's like we've been doing that for ages.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a dick. I'm just saying.
You're a fucking wanker. The other thing that I thought of, and fuck, I can't believe I've just forgotten it. I need to go back 2 minutes because you were saying something that made me laugh. Fuck me.
About
Never mind.
babies.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck, it was a good comment as well.
You can splice and edit
I
this so
know,
you sound
I
like
need
such
to-
a fucking dumb cunt.
Like on all those reality shows. Nah, lost it.
Yeah, I just found it like that people are when someone's pregnant and they tell someone,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
congratulations!"
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, isn't this what normally happens?
Yeah. 100%.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'll put that into the fucking
I'm
YouTube.
sure you watch The Bachelor.
Yeah.
You're
Nah,
a fucking
I don't.
douchebag.
Nah, the missus does.
Yeah,
It's the worst.
People who say the missus. Yeah. Man, the missus heading down to fucking Portsea for the weekend, mate. The missus and me. What's her name? Does she
I
have a
don't watch
name
it,
at this
yeah.
stage?
I say her name all the time. Fuck you. Yeah, Deb watches that and Love Island, and it's the worst. Especially this Bachelorette has been particularly bad. I mean, I've seen it every now and again, and I've watched the Friendly Geordies videos, which are funny. The last one wasn't that funny.
I don't watch them because I just don't watch The Bachelor. I couldn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
I'm getting annoyed at people who are like, I watch The Bachelor, but I know it's garbage, but I still just watch it anyway.
Yeah.
How long can you hang on to that excuse?
I know. You like it.
Yeah.
Say that you like it.
How long can you hang on to that?
At least Deb says, I watch it because I shut my mind off.
I know,
and
that's
it's
my
something-
point. Julia used that too. Oh, no, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know.
How long are you going to say this for? Because you
See,
can't
this is
you can't just watch something that you don't like.
I know.
For
You
this
can't.
long.
Correct.
And use
have
the
to like
excuse,
it.
I just like to let my mind go.
I know.
Like, what?
It's a weird thing that whole thing, like I just shut my mind off and watch something. No, it's like have something on listen to music or something maybe.
I do that with Overwatch. Overwatch makes me not focus on life because the game is fucking intense and you're getting
Stimulated.
colours all over the shop.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I'm also then able to say I love Overwatch.
Yeah.
Whereas people who do that go, I hate it.
They feel like, that's like the whole guilty pleasure thing. Like that's that fucking I have a guilty pleasure. I hate that terminology.
Yeah.
No, you like something.
Yeah.
Why feel guilty about liking something unless it's like killing kids? Like I don't get it.
Yeah, guilty pleasure. That's an
It's
annoying
it's
phrase
a
that people
stupid
use.
Fucking mate, people call you. It's the Italian in you for sure. People call you more than
What's
other
up?
people.
Yes, right now. What were we talking about?
Shit TV.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Bachelor. Just about done.
Yep.
You've got one last comment. Or have we covered it?
Yeah, no, we haven't. And it was a thing that I was like watching ages ago, and I can't remember who was the guest. I think it might have been when who's the guy who talks about aerospace and all that sort of stuff? Not aerospace. Talks about the universe and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, I don't really like him that much.
I like him on Cosmos is an unbelievable show. Like that show fucking rules. And his style in it is unique, I guess. Him on fucking Jordan Peterson was so annoying because he kept cutting him off and shit. Joe Rogan. Yep. What did I say? Jordan Peterson. Joe Rogan. That was annoying because he kept cutting him off and wouldn't let Joe Rogan talk and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you're a super nerd. He's a massive nerd, right? But there was one point that they touched on. I think it was in that. But it was like people need meaning in their life. And without any sort of meaning, you can pretty much go insane. And Marshall at the studio was talking about there's someone, I can't remember who he said it was, but every human needs 3 things that they focus really heavily on, and without it, and it's not the same things for every person. So for one person, it might be friends, family, and food. I don't know. They all just happen to start with F, by the way. But without those things, they're going to turn to addiction, or they're going to turn to something to try
depression or whatever.
Depression, or they're going to turn to something else to try and fill those holes.
Yep.
But I just thought it was interesting about like without meaning in someone's life, you pretty much go insane.
You'd end up going insane or killing yourself.
And
what's the point?
Exactly.
And that's why you hear that lazy thing, what's the meaning of life or whatever. Yeah. It's like you give the meaning to life. And that was what, that's my point about the earth. It's like we give the meaning to the earth. Yeah. Like humans do. We are the ones that conceptualize that shit.
And I like the fact that like people don't think about how they give meaning to things. They just accept stuff.
Yeah.
They just accept that they're given something. I don't know why I like it. Yeah, you do. If you take some time to actually think about it, you will know why you like it.
Yeah. But what are they talking about, though?
Anything. I don't know why I like that sort of TV show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do. Give it a second.
It stimulates you in some way.
Yeah. You'll know why you like it. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but I like that. That we give ourselves the meaning.
Yep.
But obviously, you have to find something that you're passionate about, whatever it is. And people also sell themselves short, and I don't like that either. I don't like the people sell themselves short about things that you're allowed to be passionate about stuff. You're allowed to really like things. Don't sell yourself short by, I don't know why I like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just embarrassment,
why?
It sounds like.
Why, though?
You're allowed to be embarrassed about your things that you like.
Why? Why should you?
If I was...
If it's unnatural?
No, not natural, but if you can be embarrassed that you like at 31 years old, you really don't give a shit. But maybe a bit younger, if you were a guy and you're a fucking tough-ass cunt who fucking
I think
drinks.
there's still people at 50 and 60 that care.
Maybe there are. But I'm just like, it's like if you're a guy and you're interested in knitting,
yeah,
you'd be embarrassed if some people found out. But it's with that, it's like the whole Tyrion Lannister thing.
Yeah.
It's like once you fucking wear it as a shield, it's like, hey, you like knitting. I do.
Yep.
I also like drinking. I also like doing this.
Exactly.
I also like knitting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why we like things. Yeah.
Stimulates you in some way.
I think
you're allowed to be embarrassed by the things you like. You are. You don't have to just be some fucking
It's good to embrace it.
Yeah, you do, but you can embrace it behind closed doors. Like no one has to watch you or know.
Yeah.
Do
you reckon that's a male thing?
No, girls get embarrassed about shit.
Yeah, they play it off differently, I reckon. I don't know how, but they do.
The last couple of things with that whole meaning thing, I just like saying this. I have nothing to add really. Is Jordan Peterson and Sam Harris did fucking 5 2-hour long thing.
Yeah, I saw it.
About where they debated each other.
Yeah.
And it was great. And the first one that they ever did was really good. Second one was really good, but then you're listening and you're just like being bombarded by words and like.
But also Sam Harris's voice puts you to sleep.
He doesn't to me, but I can accept that. I could understand.
Yes, when he talks like this.
Yeah, sort of.
I'm Sam Harris, and I'm just going to keep talking at this
There's
pace.
a-
I'll never get angry at anyone.
Yeah.
I'll always just keep it like this.
His analogies are fucking on point.
They are
though.
good, yeah.
He
I know.
pulls these analogies
I know.
out, and he'll sort of pause, and he'll be like, "But it's like if you were a porcupine." And I'm like, what? And then it's like, oh.
And then he nails it.
Yeah.
He brings it back to that point. Yeah, I watched one where I thought it was really good that a church got him on as a guest speaker, and it was like, it must have been, but it was like this big church in LA that like a lot of people go to, and they had him on as a guest, and the priest guy or whoever he was asked him some questions about like why he was an atheist and this and that, and like what he felt about people who blindly believe in religion, and the priest was talking about fundamentalists and all that.
Yeah,
it was really good talk.
Because that's what he goes after. He's copped shit for being, what's the word, Muslimophobic or whatever. Because he's like, if you're blowing yourself up because of some make believe thing, something's wrong.
Yeah, you're not fully understanding that again, nuance.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
at this day and age, when you come to the technology and science that we have, but granted, in some countries they're actually a bit fucked. So, what are you going to do there?
Yes. The Jordan Peterson schools him on this line of thinking, because Sam Harris is sort of along the lines which you can be as well, in that like religion serves no function, it's nothing but a bad thing.
I didn't say that. I said I don't like when there's the negatives that outweigh the positives.
Yeah.
And that manipulating and all that sort of stuff. I didn't say that it serves no purpose.
For example, the one that always sticks with me is an easy one to follow, because a lot of this stuff I can't follow, but an easy one is Sam Harris brings up, he's like, why would you be sent to hell if you masturbate? Because it sounds stupid. But Jordan Peterson's point is like, yeah, you will end up in a state of hell if you do nothing but wank. If you get up and wank and you don't go to work and you don't have a life and you don't have family or friends and a partner and you just wank, you will be in hell. It won't be healthy for you at all. And that's always what he sort of refers to. It's like, they say if you do this thing, you'll go to hell. It's like, yeah, but hell, it's just your version of hell.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And which will happen.
I think there's an interpretation thing there. So it depends on also what you're looking at. So I think, if you are looking at a place called hell where you are.
Yeah, that's mental. But you can be there's billions of people that are in a place of hell.
Yes.
I sort of think if you're going to hate me, I sort of think if you give death threats to a dog, you could be in a place of hell.
They're not really. I just
so.
think that there's something that you're missing. I think
clearly
people don't understand what they're missing.
Yeah.
But
I understand Jordan Peterson's point. Yeah. And that's why when he's always asked about, it's like a meme now, but when he's asked about, do you believe in God? It seems like he skirts it, because he's always like, well, let's qualify what's your definition of believe and what's your definition of God. And then I can tell you whether I believe in that thing. Yeah. Because I don't believe in God at all. But I do believe in like the universe. In that, did something die? Yeah. In that you do bad shit. Yeah. You'll end up in a state of bad shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's all that
negativity.
Yeah, and I think that's the positive part of religion.
Yep. Yeah, it's community. I think the community thing of religion is positive, unless they're all telling each other
to blow each other up.
Yeah.
or diddle children or something.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, I really wish I remembered that point, because I remember it was going to be good, but we've lost it now.
And I wish you did remember it, just to say it, and then we could realise how shit it was.
Yeah, probably.
Nothing else?
Yeah.
Just about done, I reckon.
TikTok, the app, it's going to blow up.
It's already blown up.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese spy tool.
But it's going to be...
Don't use it.
I've got it.
Delete it.
We could get famous on here. Actually, let's do a post. Let's do the first post.
I'm trusting you. I am not going on TikTok. I don't want the Chinese government listening to this.
First ever TikTok post.
I don't want the Chinese government listening to my fucking thoughts. Okay? They've got Muslims in concentration camps. They're killing Hong Kong protesters. China, fuck off.
Marty and Stu have no clue. You heard it here first.
That is a really bad app. That, the Huawei phones, they are made by the Chinese government.
Yep. I don't know what the hashtags are. I'm just going to do them.
Don't use TikTok.
This is live TikToking, people. This is what it's all about.
You know what, China has just got a whole surveillance of this whole room forever.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, mad. Marty and Stu have no clue. We don't know shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
fucking mad dogs. Yeah, good.
All right, I'll go talk.
Bye.